Welcome, everybody, to the Polar Ice Network. I am Polar Ice, and this bad boy is what we'll be talking about today, the PlayStation 5. The moment we have all been waiting for is finally here. The PS5, we're going to do an unboxing on this today, and we're going to explore all of the goodies that's on the inside of it. So, welcome, PS5. Beautiful, beautiful PlayStation 5 to the Polar Ice Network. So, quick story about how I came about this bad boy. Everybody knows about the debacle that was known as the PlayStation 5 pre-order, and it was no exception for me. Systems were crashed. I had, my wife was definitely in one room of our house trying to click and try to find it on Walmart or Amazon. I am personally a Best Buy head. Was very disappointed that their servers crashed and basically didn't even know that this thing was even coming out. I'm embarrassed. I know, I'm sad to say. But I lost track of time. Now, the day that we actually tried to order this, there was a lot of stuff going on, was at work, and basically found out after a meeting that it had already gone on sale right after they had did the official unveiling on to the world, the PlayStation 5. And apparently, from my understanding, they were supposed to release this the next day or at a specific date. But everybody jumped the trigger and started launching them. All the retailers started launching them simultaneously. And by the time I had found out, of course, it was sold out. So, a very long night with me checking on Best Buy. And eventually, as they say, if first you don't succeed, you try, you try, you try, you try, you try, and let me let you know, I did a lot of trying, and I finally got it. So it wasn't even that easy because at one point we thought we were going to get in. Of course, they sold out again. The site crashed. Then I was looking online to kind of see when are they going to maybe unleash the next batch, the next wave of them. And I said, I'm going to go walk my dog. Of course, I was like, this is only going to take 5 minutes. They can't possibly release this in that 5 minutes. So, and this is for Amazon, because I was going to get it on Amazon because I was giving up hope everywhere else. And so we went outside, walked the dog, came back, and they were sold out on Amazon in 5 minutes. The time I had waited to take the dog out. Man, I love my dog, but it was a close call there, and I'll just leave that there. So in any event, I love my dog. I love my PlayStation 5. I was able to get it eventually. They released another wave in Best Buy. I was able to get into the cart, able to buy it, and here we are. So today, what we'll be doing is taking a look on the inside, exploring all of the accessories. I'm not sure what they include, what's not included, what may be needed. I thought it would be best to basically open this up for the very first time to share in that natural energy and that excitement with each and every one of you. So bear with me because I have no idea what's on the inside. I intentionally have not looked at any other unboxings, and I definitely want to see what this thing has to bring to offer. We have here, of course, the Sony emblem because it's the Sony PlayStation. We have information here that indicates it's obviously displaying things in 8K, 4K, and HDR, as we know. The PS5 emblem, very sleek, very comparable to the other PlayStation, the other PlayStation logos. There didn't really vary much, actually, so the only thing was just the 5 there. And we have the vertical view of the console along with the actual controller itself. On the side, we have here, again, the actual vertical view with the controller. So we have this in perspective here. You can see I've heard that the controller is pretty large, and we'll find out in a moment if that is indeed true. And we have our PlayStation 5 logo there as well. And here is our bad boy here in its horizontal view, again with controller for perspective. I'm assuming play like never before with all of the information that it's talking about here. It's free for everyone because PlayStation is a family-friendly console, but the games are a different story. And I'm not quite for certain yet if I'm going to have this in horizontal or vertical view. Currently all my consoles are in horizontal, so we'll find out in a moment. At the top we just have a hefty little handle to grab. And on the bottom, we have the serial number. In case we have those hackers out there looking, I'll block that there. But we have all of the information about, all of the information pretty much nobody ever reads. But it talks about, you know, how to connect to your PlayStation 5, your PlayStation 4, and again, all of the things that it includes and does, and all of the specs and so forth. So, our other side only has a simple logo. Simply states PlayStation 5. Simple, sleek, and with that, let's get to the unboxing. Okay, so we've got some tape here, and as I mentioned before, I want to open it up for the first time with all of you to see what's on the inside. We've got bionic tape. They don't plan on anybody getting in here or out. And so, we finally got it. We lift it back up and we open it. Don't know if you all can hear the choir singing, but it's a beautiful sound. Alright, so we have, looks like the inner box, which we have here. Can't get enough of seeing the PlayStation emblem. And yet, another cardboard contraption. And it looks like here we've got some kind of instructions. It's basically telling you how to open this. It looks like step one is that first we turn it this way. This is one of the only times I actually read instructions. And it's telling me I need to lift this up and then slide it out. So it's telling me, if you can see there on the diagram, but to lay it down flat and then lift it up. Or rather, have it vertical. Open it here. There's supposed to be a tab. Ah, there is. This side up, according to the diagram. I'm going to lay the PlayStation down. We're going to pull on this tab because we don't want to break this thing, right? This is expensive. It's like $500. So we pull it here, and what do you know? This is not the actual console, but it is the first piece of something is in there. We'll find out what that is here in a moment. And we have, well actually, why don't we take a look first at that. Alright, and inside of our box, when we open it, we are greeted with several, well actually 3 sections. Looks like here we have the manual. And it says the quick start guide in every language known to mankind. And we have the safety guide. And again, and this is in to your right, or my right, another container here, and other stuff which is coming out. We can't wait. And here's the controller, which actually isn't as large as it looks online or on the box. But it feels nice. It's very well made. It's got some weight to it. Very clear buttons. This is in contrast to the actual PS4 controller. So we also have, in addition to our controller, buttons are pretty much the same. Okay, we have our pad here, clear buttons. It's an interesting feel. It feels very good. And looks like our AC adapter cord. It does use a standard, kind of this 2-prong with 2 circles on the end, not a flat, but 2 round ends, and very nice, welcome, just a standard AC plug that plugs in, not the big brick. It should fit in case you have those big actual devices that require the AC plugs to be on the side and you never can figure out where to fit it because it takes up so much. I hate those. And it doesn't have, apparently, maybe it does, a brick associated with it, which is another fat device we have to use in order to actually make it run. And the last piece that we have here, 2 things. One is our HDMI cord. It looks like a standard cord, but I'm quite sure it's well made. Maybe it's not. Usually it has Sony all over, but it doesn't look like it has it on this one, which is interesting. It's just a simple flat brick here. And not sure what's in this package, but find out. This looks like the stand, so perhaps if you want to hold it in vertical view. So I guess maybe this is perhaps where you put the controller at, maybe. Controller sits here, I don't really know, we'll find out. And of course, this is where the actual, I'm sure, system fits, but we'll find out. Maybe I'm wrong. But if I had to guess, that is what I would imagine we're talking about. Alright. And so now, with all of that out of the way, which I shouldn't say all out of the way because it's the controller, you can't play the game without the controller. I hear that it's not comparable. From what I've read in the reviews, you cannot actually use the PS4 controllers with it. And the Xbox, I understand that you can actually use the, it's backwards compatible with the other controllers. So we actually have an extra controller that's here that we can actually use, and I'll show that to you because I just wanted to be able to have two players in case me and, the wife or the kid wants to play. So here we go. Nothing else is in the box, just kind of empty. Hello! Echoes! 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 Okay, not that. We have two styrofoam, or I don't know, the cardboard kind of protectors to give it some lift. Ooh, this thing's got some weight. We'll remove one, we will remove the other, ever so gently lying them down. Put those over to the side. And here we go. So I will say that it's wrapped very well. No scratches should get on there. Anybody knows me, I'm quite particular when it comes to scratches and keeping things in pristine condition. If you actually take a look at my PS4, which I'll show you in a moment, it looks brand new. And I like to take care of my devices, and you want to as well, because this is a $500 system. And I ain't balling like y'all, so I gotta watch it. Now, we can certainly see it here. I will say that my initial thoughts of this are, it reminds me of like a modem, like the Aris modem, I think it's called Aris modems that were like from like Motorola. I'm a little surprised, like a Comcast Xfinity modem. Even the back looks like that. And it's very large, much larger than what I would have imagined. But this is it. And it's definitely heavy. So this is not a small piece of equipment here, guys. This got some weight to it. So we're going to actually leave our plastic here just so that, again, we don't scratch anything up. I won't get in the way. If it does, forgive me. And we'll kind of take a look here. So I'm very curious to take a look. Again, we have the front of the display. It's actually, you don't know if you can tell or not, but it's curved kind of up like that. So it almost looks like a tower, almost like it reminds me of an upside down version of the CN Tower in Toronto. And in the back, we have, well, actually, why don't we take a look at the front first, because there's a lot going on here in the back that we want to really digest. But in the front, we have the PS logo. It's kind of, you can put your finger in there. I'm not really quite sure if that's a space where it's going to be breathing, air for circulation. I'm not really sure, but that's it. There's no buttons, there's no LEDs, there's nothing on there. And we have virtually nothing on the back. So on the back, it's just simply clear. And on our front here, we have, it's just a simple, smooth black. I really don't know how to describe it. The top of it has like these little razor edges. It almost kind of looks like what you would see like on a high-end PC. Pretty quite sure that that's probably intentional. And it looks like we have some vents on the bottom with some kind of a circle, a button of some sort. And maybe that's used for connection or resetting, but we can see the vents for it to breathe here. But, of course, most of the, and how can we forget in the front here? It continues with a sleek black curve. And here we have, looks like a USB port, and looks like a micro USB port. I'm not sure if that really is what's there or not. There is some writing. Kind of hard to see. Obviously, they didn't want you to see what it says. So it actually, this looks like it has a lightning bolt, so I'm assuming it's for rapid charging, probably the controller. And the smaller one is, in fact, not from what it looks like, an actual micro USB, but it has SS, so it's a solid slate disk drive. So this must be where you can hook up the external hard drive that is made for the PS5. It's quite expensive from what I understand. And then also, I'm doing all this talking, sorry, my first time seeing this, so I'm going to explain it again for you to see. But this is where the solid slate, the SS, I'm assuming hard drive goes, and this is also where the, I'm assuming it charges, has a lightning bolt there for USB, it appears. And then we have the eject here on the top, and the power button down at the bottom. The power button is slightly, they're both vertical, and the power button is slightly larger. I'm sure it's probably quick and easy for you to press and meant for that way. Very subtly on the inside here, we have the Sony, which says Sony, logo there, if you can see that or not. And of course, what you guys are wanting to know, the front, we have our optical drive. I'm old school. I wanted an optical drive. I like to keep my disc cases, I display them up. It's just something about opening up, kind of like throwback Nintendo blowing in the cases. It's just something nostalgic about it. But we have here that it is embedded within the actual system. I'm sure it's just like the other PlayStations where the disc kind of glides out. But it looks pretty embedded in there, and it looks like the inside of that is also black. Also, up at the top of here, I'm not sure what this is. There's some kind of a vertical slot. It looks like what you use to like lock things in place, like laptops and things. I'm not sure if that's what the feature is or not. But definitely do see that. And I'm just going to do a final inspection to see if there's any other little hidden gems that we see here. And it looks like I don't see any others. We got the Sony emblem there, which again is very subtle and sleekly there. On the bottom it does say, which you probably don't care, but Ultra HD. Oh, look at this right here. And of course another hidden gem. So it's pretty cool. You really can't see it. I'll try to put it up to it. But what that is it's the the buttons on the actual PlayStation, like the X, circle, square, a triangle, looks like multiplied or replicated several times. It's square, triangle, circle, X, square, triangle, circle, X, square, triangle, circle, X, square. So it begins in square and ends in square. So we can see that Sony has been very intentional with trying to have a seamless integration from all of its peripherals, off the PlayStation peripherals, finding some way to integrate and weave all those together without changing anything in terms of what we've come to grow and know of the buttons, but big, huge hardware shift here. So we have our console, and we have it now lying down horizontal. So horizontally, not really quite sure. It's interesting. It looks like it's kind of a curve, so it doesn't lay down flat. It's got a little bit of rocking chair, like grandpa vibes to it. The other side, I'm quite sure you wouldn't want to lay it down that way because it looks like the actual disk drive is here. So I wouldn't imagine that you would lay it down, but the other side appears to be very comparable. But we will try it and see. Maybe it does go that way. Maybe we have a better... Yeah, it's a little bit more sturdy, so maybe it's supposed to go that way. We don't know. We do have the stand. We'll see how that fits. But this is how the console looks from what I'm calling the bottom. And this is how it looks from the top. What I'm calling the top. Only because it has the logo on it. This is how it looks from the bottom, very bottom of the device, where again we have our fans, circle, fans, and some information there. And this is the top, where we kind of have our fancy looking PC, custom PC look. And we have our back. Now, that is what we will conclude on is the back, because I'm sure you all are wondering what that's all about. And on the back is our port for our AC adapter, an HDMI connector, so this is obviously where the HDMI goes to give us video and audio, our Ether or LAN connection, which is here, and actually looking at a lot of these, I'm definitely learning that I now know the direction that it's supposed to go in. And we have two, can't really see what that says, SS again, so SS again, SS again. It's blue, so these are USB because of the blue. We know that it's probably USB 3.0, I'm not sure if it's higher, but we know 3.0 is labeled in blue. And looking at it from this perspective, it actually does go this way. So I was right. rocking grandpa mode it is. It goes that way with the emblem up. Couldn't imagine Sony would do it any other way. And so there's our AC adapter, our HDMI, LAN, and two, what I'm assuming to be USB 3 ports, and some kind of a circle there perhaps for a lock security purposes. And we also have here the Sony logo that is placed here. And very subtly here we have square, triangle, circle, X, square, triangle, circle, X, square, triangle, circle, X, square. I think that's a pretty thorough examination of this. We will shortly plug it up, see what it looks like, how long it takes to update, what the splash screen looks like. That'll be in our next video. So, again, I am Polar Ice. This is the Polar Ice Network. We are signing off with our new PS5. So, with that being said, if you like this review or you got some feedback, please be as graceful and kind as you can. No haters. But definitely give me some feedback because this is one of my first unboxings that I've done that I'm going to be uploading, of course, to the Polar Ice Network. And if you have not subscribed, please subscribe because I'm doing unboxings of next my Xbox Series X console. I also have some tutorials on how I actually hooked up my computer. I built a custom-made computer, so I want to show you all that as well. That's already been recorded, I just haven't uploaded it. And also, we will be looking at video games live streaming, and that's basically all that my channel entails. We're having like a talk show host kind of style. We'll have guests talking about different topics, but ultimately lots of gameplay through an assortment of games. I know that some channels focus more so on Fortnite or on Call of Duty, or I play it all. And so we'll be exploring all of those channels. So please hit that subscribe button, that like button. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on Twitch, Polar Ice Network, Polar Ice 06. So with that being said, take care, and I look forward to seeing you guys online soon to see what this actual bad boy looks like when it's plugged up and it's actually going. Take care.